we still need to be flexible with the suite of measures should it become necessary.
That's why this is not the end. That's why I'm not taking seriously the removal of the mandates.
We are still the only country who cannot fly within our own country, and we can't leave the country either. So it's not over.
So I would love for these so-called doctors and scientists to sit at the table with somebody else.
People think the summer is coming, this thing is over, but no, the trap is being set.
Hey, Efrain Monsanto here for Rebel News, reporting here at the Toronto Freedom Protest. I wanted to ask these people, restrictions are being lifted all across the country. What continually brings them out here? And what did you think about Theresa Tam saying?
We've got to be able to go into the fall and winter season, or indeed the next wave, if it should come in between, with much more ability to respond without those really severe restrictions. That is the goal, but we still need to be flexible with the suite of measures should it become necessary.
In the fall and winter months in the future, lockdowns are still on the table. Let's find out, and thanks for watching. So what brings you out here today?
I think same as everybody else. We are here to stand up for our freedom and also to tell the oppressive system that we're not having it anymore.
We've been out here every weekend for so long, and I guess we just we still have a talk about what's really happening. And I think that we need to have our voices heard, and we haven't really. And I think people are finally starting to come together. And I mean, we're not going to stop until stuff happens, right? So
I'm just a good Canadian man who wants to be free to have his own choices in life. That's all. That's why I'm here supporting all these people who want the same thing.
We're here to stand for freedom. It's not over, even if they remove the Vax Pass in Ontario, because we are still the only country who cannot fly within our own country, and we can't leave the country either. So it's not over. Even though the truckers, did their thing in Ottawa, we're still here to, stand our ground for the past 2 years we've been here.
We want the mandates to leave and not be there anymore, because it doesn't make any sense. It's taking our freedoms away.
I'm out here because I'm pro-freedom, and I think that mandates are wrong. They're segregationists. There is science out there that is not supporting these mandates anymore, and it's time to get rid of them. It's time for us to all just get back to our normal life.
So we're here to spread the word about the New Blue Party. We're here to spread the word about having another option for the upcoming election in June.
Now, since the masks are coming and the mandates are going lower, people think the summer is coming, this thing is over. But no, the trap is being set with a digital passport. And the young kids obviously say, oh, it's so practical to have a digital passport, so I don't have to carry my wallet anymore. That's a trap.
So I want to fight for freedom like everybody else. I'm coming from a communist country, and I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be under the communist regime.
We're fighting for freedom. Never stop fighting. There is no victory. There is still a lot to go, a lot to achieve.
What brings you out here?
Hi, the same for me. Freedom of speech, all of our rights, and again with Dr. Tam trying to pull back everything again. So we're here for freedom. Woo! Freedom!
I'm here for the right to choose. That's been my solidarity defense from the beginning. Is I've always deserved that I have the right to choose, and that's why I'm here.
No Great Reset! No Great Reset! No Agenda 2030! No Agenda 2030!
Then one of the arguments that people are saying is that restrictions are being lifted all across Canada. Mandates are being lifted. What continually brings you guys out here?
There's been legitimization of the stigmatization of people who refuse to participate in this experiment, this sinister experiment. So the dirty work has already been done. There's a lot of people out there who view other people that are their friends and family with suspicion and derision, and that alone is a crime. So I think there's a big shift that still has to happen officially with our political leadership, but also in our society as well.
As far as these mandates being lifted, elections are coming up, so Ford is giving us little candies here and there. So none of this is all a scam, and this is very, very sad because we live in a beautiful country, and it just saddens me, completely saddens me.
Because that's not the end of it, right? Dr. Tam already alluded to potential, mandates potentially coming back come the fall. So just because there's something that's lifted now in immediacy doesn't mean that they're just going to, at the snap of a finger, reinstate all the mandates again.
That's why this is not the end. That's why I'm not taking seriously the removal of the mandates. There is no victory. There is not much to celebrate. Everything has to come to complete end, and whoever was responsible for these mandates from the beginning, they have to be brought to justice. Then it's going to be a victory. Then it's going to be the end. Otherwise, of course, anytime they can bring them back.
It doesn't make sense. That's all. It doesn't make sense. It's ruining people's life and people's way to live together. Unity is breaking apart. Canada is crying, all Canada. So we want it to stop. We wish and we pray for this to stop. We're living in a war inside in our houses with our own family, fighting each other because they don't agree, and some of the people agree with the mandates, some of the people doesn't agree with the mandates in the same household. So it's been a challenge to live these 2 years. So it's enough. I think it's enough.
So what do you hope to accomplish and what do you hope to see by coming out here today?
Hopefully, the power of people in numbers, we will be able to somehow convince somebody up above that this is not right, hopefully in numbers. But so many people have also been brainwashed. So it's a battle. We're battling with the so-called leaders, and we're battling amongst friends and family. It's chaos. It really is chaos.
They train us little circus dogs. They blow the whistle and we start staying at home and putting masks on. That's the problem. It's just a training program. We're just being trained. We're just being coerced into that kind of behavior.
Teresa Tam, our public health officer, who's been behind all this.
Nothing to say about that lady.
Nothing to say about it.
She was invited to join a medical officer, representatives and scientists in Ottawa when the convoy was there, and she didn't show up. So I would love for these so-called doctors and scientists to sit at the table with somebody else and have a real debate. Sit at the table and have a real debate. Let's listen to all sides. I think that would be fair.
I hope that approaching another kind of, wave of lockdowns and vax passes, hopefully the people will stand up and not comply anymore, because that's really the only way out of this. It's mass non-compliance, and everybody needs to stand up and say what they really feel.
Right on.
I don't agree with anything that person says.
So if you want to see the other side and see other reports just like this, bringing you reporting from inside the protests themselves, getting the other side of the interviews you won't be able to see on corporate or state media throughout Canada, head over to convoyreports.com. Chip into our travel costs. For me, it's not a big deal in Toronto, but as you saw, we have people in Ottawa, in Alberta, covering wherever it goes, whatever it takes, we'll be there. Signing off, Rebel News, Efron Monsanto.